Okay, my design maestro here has chosen to do a little heart-shaped piece, and she's got the dome blocked, the irons going off. That's fun. And I've got a water spray. I am wearing my apron because guess what? You are going to be, it's like doing a ceramic class when you're in year 9.
Oh. Just with my stuff, there's some newspaper.
Hey?
Do you want newspaper?
Yeah, no. A newspaper's good for when you're sanding. You don't have to worry about it now so much. And you can if you want. There's a water spray. I've been raiding the kitchen and I've got utensils, knives, spatulas, whatever you can find. Some people have got specialised ceramics equipment, that's fine as well. Got the DAS open and I've got a little bowl of water and I've got a water spray. And sometimes a little bit of water helps mash it in because it takes a little while to really work it through the felt to make it actually stick, and you want it to stick on. So a bit of torturing is good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to, and I'm just going to draw a thing on. So just so that I know, Kath, is that, so we're going to position it roughly where you would have it on your head.
Mm-hmm.
So then, and we're going to make it, is that the kind of shape that you're after?
Yep, nice round one.
Beautiful. You can see there, when you're doing it like this on the block, it's going to have that shaped onto your head effect, which is what I really think is so good about making your fascinator bases on a dome, because it's got the head in there. Now, bit of water, not too much. Okay, one of the things that you need to be aware of is that you don't work this really wet, because it can be slippery and sloppery and you know, it does your head in. So, and I've got my little knife, so I'm just going to slice off a bit of this. I'm not going to do the whole thing. But what I need to do is I just need to smear that, and I need to smear it, like really smear it into the felt so that it starts to mesh a bit with the felt. So I'm just going to really work that in. You can see it's starting to stain the felt. Well, that makes me happy. So I'm just smudging that in, and I've got just enough water so that hopefully it'll sort of make it go on there. See what it's happening there? This is good. This is working okay. And so do that all over the area that it is in contact with the head before you start. Once you've done that, then you can start to really push this in and start to envisage your shape. So if you've got it, and if it starts coming away, you can really mash it in with your spatula, or you can do whatever you like. And this is the fun bit, this is the creative bit, and so hopefully it'll bring you out your inner kindergarten kid, or your inner year 9, or whenever you last enjoyed messing around with all this stuff. And so what you're doing now is you're working towards getting it so that it creates a shape. If you've got all that messy coming on the outside away from where you want to go, you can actually just slice it and peel it off. And then as you're working, and I'm just doing some shortcuts here, as you're working over it, you want to leave it just a little bit bigger than it's going to be, because it does shrink slightly as it dries, but also you need to have a bit of leeway here, because it doesn't matter how smoothly you spatula it, it's never quite perfect. You want to finish it off by sanding it, and that way you're going to get a really nice sort of polished thing. But even just using this beautiful thing, which will probably next do service making and icing a cake or something like that, but I'm not going to have a cake at your house now.
I have got other palette knives.
Oh, good. Okay, so that, and I don't want to tuck in too much there, because that makes it a little bit difficult to block. And so later on, I'm going to suggest that you cut it off with or without the felt. If you want to get it off the felt, it's not that hard. Just take the whole thing off the block and you can peel the felt away. And sometimes it comes away even though you don't particularly want it to. So you can do all of that, get the shape the way you like it. When you're happy with it, you can let it dry. Now, if for some reason, just in the air, don't put it in a drying cabinet or anything like that. It's best to just dry naturally. Within a week, it'll be ready to go, so that's fine. if you wanted to and you wanted to work on it some more, if you thought, oh, that idiot teacher didn't tell us to get enough of that stuff, you can wrap it in a plastic. You can give it a little squiff of the water, put a bit of wet newspaper around it, and then you can work on it again. But I think, you know, if you can set aside an hour or two, get the shape basic, happy, ready to go, then you're good to go. Try not to do too much of this, and if you get lots of water, your hands will end up looking like worse than that. So, so there's your basic instructions. I'm not doing too much because I don't want to take some fun away from Kath. But once you're finished, you can sit it out to dry and then have it ready. And for the finishing off, you need some coarse sandpaper. So if you've got, and don't use fine stuff, so that you've got something that you can, that's too fine.
60 or 80 type thing?
Pardon?
60 or 80 type
Yeah.
thing?
Oh, I don't even know the numbers. Don't trust me with numbers. You can see what I can do with 100 grams.
I'd
So,
go 60 to 80.
so use the one that you know if you really wanted to ruin someone's life, you know, rub it on them. Yeah, so the one that you would use to really start to get the paint off some thing. So go in, and you know the one on the roll, the yellow one? I most likely got some somewhere, and I'll make sure that I've got some in case you don't get near a hardware store between now and next week. So, you know, that's all right. Thank you.